Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very nostalgic episode. You see you see the thumbnail, you see the video as we speak. You see what's about to go down. We're talking about nostalgia tonight. Whoa, what's going on? What the? Oh my goodness.
All of you early 2000s people.
Oh my God. And you're watching Cartoon Network. Bro, are you serious? He's coming back. He's gonna be upset. Your boy, you're on mute, my guy. We cannot hear your Kamehameha.
A few more shows. It's not ready yet. A few more shows in the lineup. Welcome, black ladies and gentlemen. We doing nostalgia today. We doing nostalgia.
Oh man.
Did I miss the battle? Did I miss the battle?
Oh, that is hilarious, bro. Ladies and gentlemen. We first of all, we apologize for that little cutout, but we're keeping it in because it's funny. Ladies and gentlemen, as we have both mentioned, you see what's going on. We are talking about nostalgic cartoon shows. Mr. Wizard will primarily be discussing shows from Nickelodeon. I myself will be discussing shows from Cartoon Network.
I'm covering the shows of Nickelodeon.
Hey, make sure you pronounce those C's. Make sure those C's are pronunciated, because if you don't pronounce it, it sounds I'm just you know what I mean.
Look, we both black here. We both black here. They can't look. We both black here. I didn't watch. All right, I'll admit I didn't watch Kenan and Kel growing up. I'll admit. I'll own up to that. I'll own up to that.
It's okay. You're too young. It's okay. Okay. It's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, check out the affiliate links down below in the description. All right, check all those services. Check all those affiliate links down below in the description. Let's get to it, man. Without any more disruptions or distractions. Side note, Butch Hartman. You're gonna be in the next few episodes. Just keep that in mind. But Mr. Wizard, where do we start, man? Like, this is literally our childhood. This is both of these episodes. We're not even verses. This is not a verses. This is just appreciating what the cartoon gods have given us. I mean, where are we starting, bro? Where do we start?
I guess we can talk about which. All right. I guess we can talk about which channel we have the most nostalgia for.
Okay.
I guess we start with that. Because for me, like, it's all right. So quick caveat. We're talking about like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon from like late 90s to about 2010. That era of them. That's why he's got the OG logo and I got the splat. We covering the OG era.
Yep.
So for me, like it was a tale of two halves. The first half of my childhood, I was a Nick baby. I was a Nick baby. Like SpongeBob was my jam back in the day. SpongeBob was my jam. Like when especially during that good era pre-2008. That was my era. That was my era. Especially when the movie came out. Y'all know the scene. You're right. I am a knucklehead. You're right. I am a kid. And I'm also a wingnut or a knucklehead or a knucklehead expazatron.
Okay,
but most of all,
settle down. What is going on?
What the flipjack? Rock. Y'all know the scene. Y'all know the scene. Y'all know the scene. Y'all know the scene. Patrick in those fishnet stockings. Y'all know the scene. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That movie was clean. But you know what? Yeah, that's what he was wearing. But you know what? A really underrated show during this era. We mentioned him. You mentioned him at the top of this episode. Fairly Odd Parents, Butch Hartman.
Yes.
That show was extremely like Fairly Odd Parents does not get the credit it deserves because people often focus on SpongeBob. Fairly Odd Parents was Fairly Odd Parents pre-2010 or pre-2009, about that area. It was good. It was really, really good. Like, you know what? Speaking of cartoon movies, y'all know, Fairly Odd Parents has had better movies than SpongeBob has had. That is a hill I'm willing to die on. Y'all remember the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour? Y'all remember the OG trilogy? Y'all remember the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour? Both shows crossing over, it blew my mind as a child. It blew my mind. Seeing Timmy cross over into Jimmy Neutron's universe and vice versa. So I don't think I can say it clearly enough just how much that was. That was my equivalent of the Avengers movie coming out. That was my equivalent to that.
Yeah, Jimmy and Timmy's World and Timmy and Jimmy's World was absolutely like, I was like, there's two sets of animations? Like as a kid, you don't, as a kid, you know, like Jimmy and Jimmy Neutron and Timmy, the Fairly Odd Parents are different, but you don't know that until like they showed it. You're like, hey, look, Jimmy looks different in Timmy's World. Timmy looks different in I ain't gonna lie, Timmy and Jimmy's World, it didn't really sit well with me. I liked it better when Jimmy was in Timmy's World. I was like, that's...
You didn't like them 3D buck teeth?
Heck no, that scared the crap out of me. Like, I was like, I mean, it's funny, but like, come on. This...
Then y'all have the best cartoon. Then y'all have the best cartoon movie of all time, Fairly Odd Parents Channel Chaser.
Oh man,
Timmy being so afraid of growing up that he goes off into television, literally going off into television, going into a whole bunch of different shows so that he doesn't grow up. I'm talking this man hops into Blue's Clues, The Simpsons, Peanuts cartoons.
Yep.
He's hopping into
Scooby.
Batman. He's hopping into Adventures of Batman. He's hopping in. The movie ends with him and Vicky fighting each other in Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z. They are full on doing Kamehamehas. They have that art style. Butch Hartman, hats off to you, good sir. Hats off to you for creating the unsung hero of OG Nickelodeon. All right, Raheem, the floor is yours. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Wizard. I appreciate it. All of what you said. As I mentioned earlier, this is not a versus video. This is literally two cartoon kids reminiscing down memory lane. An era where
y'all heard of the Christmas truce. Y'all heard of the Christmas truce in World War I. This is our equivalent.
Yes, the Wizard and I have come to a truce of you can't really compare these two, unfortunately. I wish we could. I would love to battle.
The truce of nostalgia.
Exactly. Like I will be doing myself a disservice because I mean, let's be real. If I had to pick, I am a Cartoon Network kid at heart. Like that is something I grew up on. I mean, that is something that I have a special connection with. Not to say Nickelodeon was goated. Let me make that very clear. Nickelodeon was goated. These shows, and Nickelodeon. Come on now, I'm not gonna dismiss that. But like, as far as like me being a early 2000s kid, I don't know, something about watching Cartoon Network just made me really sit down and like imagine. Like my creativity, if I have to say, my creativity skills, a lot of it came from Cartoon Network. It was really that level of like, wow. Like, let me just, since you listed some shows from Nick, let me, for those of you who do not, if you've never watched Cartoon Network in your life, I'm not saying you missed out. I'm just saying
But you missed out.
I'm just saying you lack something substantial. You lack not as much creativity. You lack not as much as
If you have
humor.
not seen the good era, if you have not seen the good era Cartoon Network, you are a child. After you watch this video, go onto your mom's phone, or let's be honest here, your phone. Go onto it, look up some OG Cartoon Network shows, then come back, and in the comments say thank you. Thank you, Mr. Raheem. Thank you, Mr. Wizard, for exposing me to these truly magnificent shows. They're so much better than Teen Titans Go.
Don't get me started on that. But I would say my OG show, since yours is Fairly Odd Parents, for Cartoon Network, it's really hard. This was really tough. I'm gonna have to say Kids Next Door, and the reason why I put that as the top is because I have a lot of good memories. I can never remember a bad episode of Kids Next Door. I really can't. Like, as far as like something,
I'm actually struggling to.
Huh?
I'm actually struggling to now that I'm thinking about it.
What do you mean?
Struggling to think of a bad episode of Codename Kids Next Door.
Exactly. Like I couldn't. You can't. That's the issue. You can't. Like, and I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I'm just like, yo, like I remember bad episodes of SpongeBob. I remember where I did not laugh as much as SpongeBob. Fairly Odd Parents, same thing. I laughed at majority of episodes, but it was something about Kids Next Door, bro. Codename Kids Next Door. It just made me feel like, yo, I could actually be a kid. And like the fact that they were kids and they were like building rockets and stuff, like I was like, bro,
not just building rockets.
Y'all are like 9.
Not just building rockets. These 9-year-olds that somehow built a fully functioning moon base.
Yeah.
How do children know? How do they know rocketeering? How do they know astrology? These are 9-year-olds.
Speaking of,
and how has no adult said anything about it? You cannot tell me NASA don't see that.
Bro, like it was something about these. It just made you like mesmerized. And we were talking about this off camera yesterday of how the introduction of playing cartoons 24/7. You know how they were saying, you know, the audience kept saying, "Oh no, no one's gonna watch cartoons all day." But you said it yourself, Mr. Wizard. They don't.
Ted Turner. They called me a madman. They called me a madman. It worked for CNN. Why can't it work for cartoons?
Exactly. I mean, bro, like Codename Kids
Next Door. No child is gonna watch cartoons 24/7. They have a bedtime. Yes, but when that child wakes up before school, guess what's going to be on? Cartoons. When he gets back from school, guess what? Cartoons. When he gets up in the middle, when he randomly wakes up in the middle of the night, guess what? Cartoons are on. There you go.
Problem solved. And here's another show. Teen Titans. Not Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans. Okay, sorry, I'm done. But yeah, bro. And the reason why we have the original logos is because we mentioned earlier, this is what we grew up on. As a kid, I remember when they switched it from this to like the CN. I didn't like the CN. I liked this because this messed with my 5-year-old brain. I was like, how did that happen? How can I see white in a black background? And how can I see black in a white background? How is that possible? My 5-year-old brain couldn't wrap my head around that, you know.
For all you folks out there, for all our viewers out there, tell me if y'all remember CN City. Tell me if y'all remember CN City, when they had the cartoon characters interacting with each other, or they had Dexter from Dexter's Lab talking with the professor from Powerpuff Girls. Tell me if y'all remember the Yes era, when they had Fred Fredberger hosting every single every single commercial break. Tell me if y'all remember that. Tell me if y'all remember the summer of 07 era. That's really showing my age.
Ooh, summer of 07.
Yeah, that's what they called one of the eras. It was just the summer of 07, right when Total Drama Island came out.
I was 7 years old, man. Oh man.
I was 5. I was 5.
Oh, that's that's crazy. I gotta give it to you.
Oh my god. Like Raheem, I brought up the movie front I brought up Nickelodeon's movie front, but you brought up 2 shows that had 2 really solid movies. For Codename Kids Next Door, Operation Zero.
Yep.
That was awesome. Like, they fully, like, all the villains coming back, getting corrupted by Grandfather, the whole world becoming corrupted, all the kids being turned into senior citizens, forced to make them pudding or whatever. That was awesome. And then number 1, being from an actual dynasty of Kids Next Door. His dad was the greatest operative to have ever lived. That was awesome. And with Teen Titans, you have Trouble in Tokyo. They go down to Tokyo to deal with Brushogun and all in his anime OCs. They think Robin killed a guy. They show Robin with like red ink covering his entire body, and all the cops think he killed a dude. So now they're on the wanted list. That was awesome. That was awesome. Like, that blew my little kid brain, because I was like, oh my god, he actually killed dude. Wait, but why is that ink pinkish? Why is that blood pinkish? Oh my god.
But yeah, we gotta give it to these shows, both of them. And we forgot to mention one more, and we gotta. There's so much because we're gonna make this a series, but just for this episode,
yeah,
Cat Dog, bro. Let me tell you, I'm a Cartoon Network kid at heart, but Cat Dog, bro. If I wasn't watching Kids Next Door, I was watching Cat Dog. If I wasn't watching Cat Dog, I was watching Danny Phantom. If I wasn't watching Danny Phantom, I was watching Teen Titans.
You know what, Raheem? Before we end this off, before we start trying to wrap this up, you answered with a show that you used to watch a lot. I'm gonna talk about one Cartoon Network show, one underrated Cartoon Network show that I watched all the time. This underrated show is honestly my favorite Cartoon Network show of all time, or one of them. I'm talking about Chowder. I'm talking about my boy Chowder. This show was my jam. All of the stupid food names they had, all the stupid pineapple, all for food that made no sense. My man Schnitzel being my man Schnitzel. All of the characters having like whatever the character would walk, the pattern would move too. That caught my attention. Like, wait, how are they doing this? like actual having the patterns move with them. The show constantly being fourth wall breaks, like constantly having fourth wall breaks. Like to I would like the show was constantly full of fourth wall breaks. Like bottom right screen whenever a show was going. Chowder actually mentioned that. Like whenever they were cleaning up a mess or whatever, Chowder asked, "Hey, how do we get rid of that? How get rid of that stain right now?" Oh, trust me, you can't get rid of that logo. You can't get rid of that stain. I tried. Well, that blew my brain. I was like, wait, they can actually see that? They can actually mess with the frame. They can actually mess.
Dang it, man. Yes, sir.
I'm Mr. Wizard, and you are watching the What If series, sponsored by Nickelodeon. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm gonna need you guys to check out the affiliate links down below. Y'all know what to do. I want y'all to hit that like button.
Mr. Wizard,
if y'all are feeling a bit nostalgic,
we cannot see.
I need y'all to go down to the comments down below. Dang it! My life is Viacom! Y'all can't give us no rights. We're not using any footage. Christ, y'all know what y'all need to do. I already said the first half. Go down to the comments. Tell us what y'all are nostalgic for. Tell us what shows y'all grew up with, what channels y'all grew up with. Y'all know what y'all need to do. If y'all could see me, put some pressure. Put some pressure on that notification bell, and be sure to subscribe to the What If series for more content. I hope you enjoyed the show.
You are watching Cartoon Network. They didn't really have a. That was Disney. They didn't really have
Nick. Wait. What? It's the What If series.
Butch Hartman. We love you, man. We salute you.
Thank you for my childhood.
Don't get too attached, unless it's Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon.
I will stay attached to my childhood because it's the only positive I have.